What are you doing?
Doing the Miz Dad.
It's dead on. Good morning, everybody. It's the Rob from Kiss 106 alongside my tag team partner in podcasting, Mrs. Dad, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Man, I need a mullet.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, pal. So, before we get into Raw, you told me, I said I was kind of spotty on Raw. Like, I watched it, and then you said, what did you say? At the end, you missed the end.
I did. I was unable to stay awake. Not an indictment of the show. I think I made it to 9:15 our time, so I missed the last 45 minutes or so.
You missed the last 45 minutes. So, I didn't say this in our messenger because I didn't want to freak you out, and I also wanted to save it for now. So I didn't miss the last 45 minutes, but I did miss the end of it. I missed the last match completely.
Okay, I did too.
But I'm so sorry. I was presented with an opportunity to smash, and so listen to me now. I was given the opportunity, and I've been married much longer than you, pal. And I was like, well, she's sitting on the couch. She's like, I'm thinking about going up, and I was like, yeah, okay. Well, it's Ricochet and AJ Styles. This is some serious business. It's gonna be a good match. She was like, I think you should come upstairs, and I was like, this could be a 5-star match. And she was like, you should come upstairs. And she gave me that look, and I was like, my brain said, this is gonna be a good match.
Your Rod Zapata?
My Rod Zapata said, you're going upstairs. You're going upstairs right now, pal.
Look, in the DVR age, you made the right choice.
I made the right choice, and I thought maybe I'll, and then go downstairs and watch the post-coital, watch the main event, and then, but you know me, it was like, boom, 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 ta-da, and I was asleep.
All right, I'm going to ask you the important question.
I was out harder than a ref that took a bump in the 90s. Like, I was down.
Tell me this. How many stars was your main event?
Oh, listen, it could have gone in the Tokyo Dome.
All right, then you made the right choice.
No, it was no. If we're doing a real rating here, I'd give it half a star.
Half a star?
2.25 star. Listen, at this point, if we even get on TV with it.
Oh, you just jumped from half a star to 2.25.
Somewhere in there. I mean, like, if for her, it was probably half a star. For me, anytime that I can get to the end of the road, that's at least 2 stars.
Anytime there's a clean finish.
Let's give my wife the nickname the Tokyo Dome. So anytime we're in the Tokyo Dome, it's a guaranteed 2 stars. I think. Okay.
Oh, sweetheart, don't worry about it. We just nicknamed your private parts the Tokyo Dome.
I'm about to go all Cody Omega up in this bitch.
You just nicknamed your partner's vagina after an arena that fits thousands of people.
The Dome. It's a dome in Japan.
Oh my gosh, we are off and running today. Good morning, Jer.
I'm sure it was a great match at the end of Raw. I'm sorry neither one of us can speak to it. I
am going to go back and watch it, as I feel like I haven't seen anything saying this or opposite, but I mean, you got AJ Styles and Ricochet. That's potential match of the year right there.
I heard it was a really great match. I also heard it ended cleanly, but it was non-title, so it's setting up a bigger stage for those two, and I love that. And nothing's going to make that title seem more important than having AJ Styles chase it.
I do know the finish. I woke up about 2 minutes before the show went off the air.
I know both finishes, my finish and the finish of the match.
I've only got speculation as to the finish of the Tokyo Dome main event.
Got it.
Wow, man, it's good to hear. It's good to hear from you today.
We're off and running.
What I love is like off the air, Jerry told me he didn't have a 5-star morning show today on the radio.
Oh, it's bad.
But you've already brought it. I mean, in the first 2 minutes to the podcast. Thank you for that.
I've already given Post to Post Universe a hashtag to use today in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh my God, Jerry, you're killing me already. And how about this? Raw wasn't that bad last night.
Raw wasn't. I mean, Raw did what Stomping Ground didn't do. It gave us a big water cooler moment, whether you agree with it or not, whether you liked it or not. It had some really subtle things that were amazing that I think should have been on Stomping Ground.
Yes,
but it wasn't. Like, if we're just going to show our hand, the Bray Wyatt stuff 2 times. Very subtle. That could have easily been on Stomping Ground. And now I wonder if it had been and we just missed it.
No, I don't think. I think it's possible you and I could have missed it, but I don't think the internet wrestling community would have missed it.
Right. I wasn't home quite yet, and I had to do some fast forwarding and catch up. When you first sent the message that said, anyone watching live, I was still a little behind, see the thing in back of the Miz. And I was like, what is going on? So I was kind of looking for that. And then I saw Abby the Witch. And I was like, this is brilliant. They all left the fun house, and now here we go. And there's Abby the Witch right behind the Miz. And Michael Cole didn't hammer the hell out of it. And they let it be.
No one even mentioned it, which is brilliant, which is even better.
Brilliant. Let it be subtle. And then it happens again later, and you didn't even catch that one. And I didn't either. When I was looking up a screenshot of the one, someone said Mercy showed up as well. Yeah, Mercy the Buzzard showed up as well. And I was like, where did Mercy show up? And when Kofi Kingston's getting ready for his match, in the background, you can see Mercy the Buzzard.
Absolutely.
And you're like, holy smokes, this is brilliant.
Okay. Can I ask, I hate doing this. It's important. It's a text about work, and I need to address it real quick.
Do it. And then throw me a question, and then I'll answer it and talk about it while you text.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me see. Okay. I should be good. All right, thank you. I just want to make sure I was okay, because Jerry and we're both still at work. Sometimes Jerry gets walked in on when stations go off the air. Sometimes I have texts I need to answer, and I apologize for that. Okay, so I thought that stuff went down on Raw last night, which makes me happy. You're right when you say it had the water cooler moments that Stomping Ground didn't have. There's already been people, I guarantee you, while me and Jerry might not be 2 of them, there are people who are like, oh my God, did you believe The Undertaker showed up last night?
Holy smokes, The Undertaker showed up last night.
But then we're like, holy smokes, did you see the subtle references to the Firefly Funhouse? And that's already 2 way more bigger things than we were talking about from Stomping Ground.
There was nothing big about Stomping Ground, really. There was a cool moment for Ricochet, but you're right. Because if they had put the Abby the Witch or Mercy the Buzzard or Ramblin' Rabbit or anybody in the background, just even subtly at Stomping Ground, I would have considered that a water cooler moment.
Yeah. Well, we would have talked about it to the same capacity that we did after Raw.
Yeah.
So
and the Undertaker showing up to save Roman Reigns. Wow, it doesn't make all the sense in the world. Who cares? I actually marked out a little bit. And I thought I was past that. I thought I was over marking out for the Undertaker. The bell has to ring, and that's no good. But when that gong rings,
listen, there's a capacity I like the Undertaker in, and I'm okay with this.
Do you know why I think I marked out when the gong hit for the Undertaker? Because it wasn't the 1000th show of SmackDown, because it wasn't the 25th anniversary of Raw, because we weren't on the road to WrestleMania, we weren't around the Royal Rumble, and it wasn't Survivor Series time. We're not going to Saudi Arabia. There's absolutely no reason to crowbar him in, so they're actually writing him in, which is something we haven't done with The Undertaker for years.
Yeah, this is him. And I don't need it to be every week. I don't want to see Undertaker wrestle every week. He's really not that great. He's got what he does. And you're right. It's not leading up to it was not announced. It was a surprise. Even when the bell tolled, I didn't believe it until I saw it.
Yeah.
This is the way I want him to be used.
I was really happy with The Undertaker showing up with Roman Reigns. And I also thought, and I hate to sound like that kid that gets what he wants, but then still complains. But we could have easily had this at Stomping Ground too. That would have made sense at Stomping Ground as well.
Yeah,
and I think that would have boosted our grade a whole letter, possibly.
Oh, well, that's stuff that happens. That's an important thing that we missed. That's a water cooler moment. That's what I'm talking about with these shows. Like, this should have been on the pay-per-view. I agree. But
instead, they thought the water cooler moment was having Seth Rollins and his girlfriend, or I'm sorry, as Michael Cole puts it, Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch's boyfriend.
Right? Yeah, they said that.
Hooking up at the end of the Stomping Ground, and now I thought when I saw it, I was like, "There's no way we're going to get that at the Extreme Rules. We're not getting a mixed tag match." And here we go. We're getting a mixed tag match.
So if we're gonna move there, that's fine. Let me wrap up one thing about the Undertaker real quick. I had a little problem. One little thing bothered me.
All right, let's hear it.
When the lights come on and Undertaker appears, why in the world would Shane McMahon jump?
Because wrestling, Rob.
I know.
Because wrestling.
I know. That was my only little complaint about that part.
It would have been, I think, funny for him to get scared and slip and like crotch himself on the ropes.
Or just have Undertaker go grab him from the top turnbuckle and choke slam him or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was my little complaint there. Now to my big complaint of we have another pay-per-view main event with Baron Corbin. Hey,
it's the Baron Corbin mid-card vortex. It's just sucking everybody into it.
You can't call someone who's main eventing the last two pay-per-views in a mid-card vortex.
He is the mid-card vortex, and he's pulled the main event into the vortex.
Hey, I wanted to talk about something that happened on the post show yesterday.
Okay.
Well, for one thing, because this is piggybacking off of the Baron Corbin main event, it did seem like I feel like I was vindicated when I said that the universe seems to disagree with us more when we hate a show than when we love it.
I think you're right.
And then, so I wanted to, maybe I can even pull his comment up, but Mike had really scathing criticism of Lacey Evans. Mike was saying, I'll go find his comment here. And
you find that, and to piggyback on that, I've noticed the internet community, like the insider wrestling fans, they don't like Lacey Evans at all. I appreciate her, aside from the fact that she's a freaking smoke show, and I'm really attracted to her in a Kelly Hu kind of way.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
I think that she's a good worker. She's good on the mic. She's green. She's greenhorn still.
Yeah.
But she's got a good character. I like the costumes. She's a good character for a pro wrestling show, and I enjoy her.
So I'm on Team Jerry, but let me give you Mike's team, and we'll let people comment on this too. Here's what Mike had to say about Lacey Evans. I think Mike is on the side of most of the internet wrestling fans, the smart fans like the post universe, but I don't know what our community thinks. Mike says Lacey Evans is absolute garbage. I don't care how many times Jerry punishes his turkey sandwich. She doesn't deserve to even be on TV. She's blowing spots in ways even basic trained wrestlers should do. I think he meant shouldn't do. So I know she had a really rough night Sunday night.
She missed a lot of spots. She was supposed to be in the corner when she wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of issues she was having.
I think the rest is a little harsh, and it seems like you agree with me.
Well, and to be fair, I think people think the role of a referee is an easy one, and the guest referee, she worked that. She had to work that match a different way than she was used to. So yeah, she was blowing spots, and she wasn't in the right place, and she was looking when she wasn't supposed to be looking, and she screwed up a bunch of stuff Sunday. But I don't think she's garbage.
I think she's got great potential, a great look. Doesn't even mean that she's hot. Like, I mean, I think Otis has a great look. I think that her character, she's committed to it and is different, and I like it. I'm not turned off to her in the spot she's on yet, so I admit she's green, and I admit she's not a great worker, or at least not a great worker yet. I'm going to concede those points, but I don't hate her the way that Mike does.
No, and I think her character is refreshing.
Yeah,
and I enjoy it, and I also like to take an Easter ham and put it on a hook and treat it like a speed bag.
Just put it on a hook.
Put it on a hook.
You're the best. You're the best. So I'm curious as to what you guys, I know what Mike thinks and I know what Jerry thinks, but I don't know what Steve thinks, what Benny thinks, what you other guys think out there. And who are you, team Rob and Jerry, or team Mike and the internet wrestling community on this one?
Eating a ham sandwich at the Tokyo Dome.
I want to reiterate that because she's hot is not impacting my view on this.
I'd like to reiterate that because she's hot is impacting my view.
Okay.
But she's also, I agree with all of your points. I don't see a problem with it. I like it. She's refreshing. She's good. In this spot, it's a little brutal. She's with Baron Corbin now. We've got a mixed tag.
That's not going to help her very much.
Listen, here's the deal. She had a match with Becky Lynch and she lost it. Clean.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin has a match with Seth Rollins and he loses it clean. Fast forward a month, she has a match with Becky Lynch and she loses it clean again. He has a match with Seth Rollins and he cheats more than anyone's ever cheated in the history of cheating, and he still loses clean. And so now, for the third month in a row, we get these two against the two people that beat them clean twice. And you're not built. This isn't how you tell a story.
I also love that they call it winner take all, when really, if Seth and Becky win, they don't really take anything.
No, they keep, winner keeps all, unless they don't win, and then the others take all. I think it's interesting. It's like, that doesn't make it hard for me to pick, okay? Because you're going to take both championships from your two biggest stars on Raw right now and put them on Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Whoa, Joe, you're showing your hand for the predictions episode.
I'm going to go ahead and lock in for real. Not even like a Jerry lock in where I change it. I'm going to go ahead and lock in and say, I think Seth and Becky win this one.
You're on today. I'm glad you're here.
I reserve the right to change my mind, though, at our predictions episode.
That's not locking in.
I'm locking in tentatively.
Just go ahead and lock in. Man up.
I'm locking in.
You're locking in?
But I'm keeping the key.
All right, listen. What else happened on Raw that's worth talking about? Hey, let me.
Do you want to know what happened on Raw, or do you want to know what happened on Raw that was worth talking about? Because those are two different conversations.
Well, I mean, listen. Let me throw something else out at you.
Tug of war, that happened.
Oh, I forgot about that. I actually thought that was okay.
What a waste for both guys.
A waste, really?
It's a waste for Braun Strowman. He's just doing strongman competitions with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, but I thought, I don't know, it was quick. It got them to a different place. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't great, but
so you don't like the arm wrestling, but you do like the tug of war.
I can't tell you.
Feel about what are you going to say about the potato sack race that they have next week?
Okay, these are two guys who are humongous. The arm wrestling has been done a million times. I can't think of a tug of war on Raw ever, to be honest with you.
I have a great idea for a feud. We've got this monster. Why don't we have him do company picnic games against another guy that's super big?
Keep hanging with me here. So they get a good video package of Braun tug of war in like a bus.
Yeah.
What did Bobby tug of war?
I don't know.
But you get a good video out of that. And then it takes up like 2 minutes of screen time and leads to a confrontation between the two. I don't know. It worked for me.
Bobby Lashley was tugging a wagon full of his sisters.
Well, that's heavier than you think because they've got, all 3 of his sisters have 32 fingers.
It's extra fingers and extra fingers.
So, which was the stipulation for Jerry's match last night in the Tokyo Dome.
So anyways, WWE started doing their thing last night. What'd you think about it? No action during commercial breaks. And they hit it with that elimination tag, which was a pretty good tag match, actually.
So it's interesting. Here's the thing. I've been noticing lately that their multi-person matches have been elimination, and I greatly prefer this. I like elimination as opposed to one fall. If we're having a fatal 4-way match, a fatal 4-way is one fall. I want it to be elimination style. I like that.
From a booking perspective, you run the risk of handing losses to too many people. But I do see where you're coming from. I prefer it as well. But so, I don't have to book it. It's not my job to book these guys. It's not my job to keep them looking strong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm way more into a Survivor Series match than an 8-man tag.
Yeah.
That's just me. So you've got that. And then on the other hand, you've got, here's essentially what they're doing. Which I was going to say they're not presenting it that way. Like the casual fan doesn't notice that this is happening. But what you're really doing is taking action. You're giving us less action. And you're giving less action to the paying customers, the ones who paid to see you. And I feel like we're really splitting hairs. I still don't think it's going to last very long. And no one's complaining about the stuff that we're not seeing. So I think it's just a silly conversation, I guess.
I just don't want to, you know what I don't want to see? I don't mind the eliminations. I don't want to see the 2 out of 3 falls. I don't like 2 out of 3 fall matches.
Oh, I do when they're done right. I love them when they're done right.
But ad nauseum?
Yeah, I don't want to see, well, yeah, nothing done every week is going to be done right.
Right.
Where are you at with the crew? Where you're at with the 24/7 championship? I'm still okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Everybody's getting a shot at it, but it still ends on. I like how like everyone wins it, but R-Truth leaves with it.
With a roll up.
It's always a roll up.
Why is it always a roll up?
I don't know.
And you know what? You know what else we need? A few kickouts.
A couple kickouts would be nice. But if you're going to ask those questions, I'm going to ask you this question: why does Mojo Rawley's new character look like he's cosplaying a villain from Spider-Man? Like, it's just terrible.
I don't exactly know the answer to that. I actually kind of wanted to see that match take off, but it never really happened.
Never took off. Kofi Kingston, Sami Zayn and then Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. That was interesting.
Yeah,
they're building Kofi super strong, but it's coming at the
expense.
Detriment, the detriment of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Is it?
But I like the idea of Kofi and Samoa Joe.
Is that where we're going?
Samoa Joe attacked Kofi after the one match on the ramp, put him in the Coca-Cola clutch. Okay, so I didn't stay awake for this part. I apologize. Okay, yeah. So it looks like Samoa Joe and Kofi Kingston is where we're headed.
Hey, cool. I'm totally down with that.
I'm okay with that.
And they're doing a great job with Kofi. And I mean, Kofi's the feel-good story of the year.
They're building Kofi really nice. And I think that they're holding off on any New Day split. 1, because everyone's expecting it. And 2, they don't need to do it right now. I mean, no, they're drawing money with Kofi Kingston right now. They don't need this split. When it starts to get a little stale, that's when it's going to happen, and it's going to get hot all over again. Well, and the New Day are still very viable in the tag team division, just as Xavier and Big E. Yeah. Well, I wonder if they're ever going to split them up or not anyways, because they never turned Cena heel for the same reason I think turning anyone on New Day heel is silly, because they sell a ton of merch. If I'm a member of New Day, I almost don't want them to turn us heel, because I guarantee their checks are fat as hell because of merch. I agree with you completely. For those who are just listening, yeah, I'm nodding with you. You know how much those unicorn horns cost? I'll say $20. $20. Allie bought one, or I bought one and put it on Allie's head at a house show. $20 for a unicorn horn.
Just to tell Xavier Woods you like him.
Yeah.
Well,
$20.
Anything else worth talking about from Raw last night? Did we covered the Firefly Funhouse stuff?
We did. I love that. And I wonder how long they're going to do that now. Here's my side question to you, Rob. How long till we actually see Bray?
I don't know. But I still don't know what you do with them when we do see him. Like I said, the fun thing is it's not our job to figure that out.
Right. I just like this. I like that they found a way to make it go 9 weeks of super fun with the Firefly Funhouse.
Is that what it was? 9?
It was 9 weeks. And then and now we have this for maybe 2 or 3. They're going to find a way to not show him and tease him properly for almost 3 months.
Yeah.
That's no hot shot in here, man. It's a nice slow burn.
Well, and I don't know what his status is, but if he was still hurt, this would be just such a great way to get us interested in him again until he's ready to go.
I guess he's traveling with them again. I don't know if he's doing house shows or not. I think
he's not wrestling. We would know if he was wrestling.
It'd be silly to make him wrestle right now. Don't let him reveal anything. I don't want to know because the music I think is going to be different. I assume he's coming out to the Firefly Funhouse theme.
Boy, you think?
Maybe.
I'm going to take the under on that and say no.
I wonder if he's going to come out it could start with the Firefly Funhouse thing and then like doink the clown out and get all dark.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it could start with the Muscle Man dance and then just.
I didn't even consider the Muscle Man dance. Do the Muscle Man dance.
Do the Muscle Man dance. Take off your pants.
Do the Muscle Man dance. All right. Hey, listen, let me give a little update. Tomorrow, I am unable to podcast. And I'm hoping we can maybe bring you a SmackDown recap on Thursday. But that's going to be just like depending on if anything happens on SmackDown, I feel like.
Right. If nothing happens, if SmackDown turns out to be Raw 2, Electric Boogaloo, let's just.
Yeah, we're going to take Thursday. We'll play it by ear, I guess. And I will be out next week. I'm on vacation. So there won't be any episodes next week, but it's just a 1-week vacation. And then I'll be back ready to go on what I guess would be the 9th, July, because the 8th is a Monday. There's not a pay-per-view on the 7th. So Tuesday, the 9th, I should be able to be back with you guys.
That's absolutely perfect. And we're going to, I'm afraid that we're going to miss the week that Bray Wyatt comes back, but that's okay. It might not be. And who knows tonight? I don't think he'll show up tonight, but maybe we'll see Ramblin' Rabbit and the evil Vince McMahon.
Look, I'm hoping to have an episode Thursday, but I don't want to just go away for a week and a half and not let anyone know where I am.
Absolutely.
So I really hope that Thursday there's going to be something to talk about from the day before, or maybe next Monday after I get back, maybe there'll be like we can recap the week before kind of thing.
Absolutely. We're going to figure it out, pal. We're going to make it work. Here's the thing. I wonder if Bray Wyatt's going to have a guy tonight. I wonder if like Ramblin' Rabbit's going to show up.
Hey, listen, everyone keep your eyes peeled. And if you see something posted in the post-to-post universe,
let's see it. And Abby the Witch won't show up unless she's a wild card because she's a Raw superstar.
Well, we haven't seen the Rabbit. We haven't seen Vince. We haven't seen Bray. So maybe those are things we could still look for tonight. This is awesome.
Take off your pants and do the Muscle Man dance.
Take off your pants, do the Muscle Man dance, go to the Tokyo Dome, and have a 5-star match.
Check out my behind. Erase your mind. I'm all about it. Maybe I'll get to smash again tonight.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to tune in at our next episode, which will hopefully be Thursday.
If I do smash again tonight, I'm texting Meltzer. I got to get an official rating.
Well, I mean, a lot of those just get reported to him, so you might have to send him a rating.
That's okay. I can do that.
Well, listen, for myself, my tag team partner, the recently laid Jerry Valeri, everyone have a great, enjoy SmackDown tonight, and hopefully Thursday we'll have an episode. If not, I'll see you July something. Bye.
Put her in the camel clutch. Make her humble.